So I have here, Keelan and I actually earlier in the week before we left,
yes.
we returned to the warehouse, the original location of Luke and Lewis, the brothel capital of Melbourne, a place where I left my little shoddy warehouse and saw 17 cop cars exhuming a body from a storage unit that had been there for over a decade. That is a true story. That gives you the idea of the vibes. Terrifying guard dogs everywhere. We saw drug deals all the time.
And Russians listening to hardstyle was the
yeah.
main demographic of people who inhabited the warehouse.
More than one conversations where we heard the words, well, oh, that's fine, we'll just get the gun.
Yeah.
Lots of that type of vibe.
Yeah, we used to like just be talking and he would bang on the wall and be like, shut up.
Yes.
And then you'd hear him farting all day.
Yeah.
So we'd bang back and be like, shut up. Like
Yes.
he did a fart. It was a very hostile and toxic environment. So
yeah.
why did you go back?
So, well, the guy that was our neighbor that would always play hardstyle music and fart really loud, like all the time with no shame, the rudest man I've ever met, he has a second-hand Facebook Marketplace Gumtree storage unit store that he runs out of there, which I think is, and I would always hear him like selling terrible shit, scamming people.
HDMI cables of the future.
That's
Still
a quote.
my all-time favorite quote from the warehouse.
HDMI cables are the future. He would rip people off frequently. I would hear him on the phone buying something that he knew was broken and then selling it for triple of the price, promising the guy that it worked.
Yeah. And we used to think, what kind of idiot, what kind of moron would fall for this and buy something?
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, that moron is joining us here on the podcast today in Gympie. Welcome to the show, famous fool, Keelan Ferrari Brown. Who bought an old TV. What did you buy from him?
A CRT TV from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's not even a 90s one.
Yeah, from the early 2000s. One of those really heavy box televisions. So you bought one from him, and you didn't know it was him until he sent you the address, right? And so you still showed up, you bought it, and then you went home, and then you plugged it in, and what happened?
It worked for 2 hours, and then it exploded. The internals exploded. It popped, and then smoke came out the top.
Yeah, so it fucking exploded.
Bought a TV out of a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cartoon television that can't even play cartoons because it blew up. So you reached out to the guy and organized a return.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised that he was happy to give you.
I almost sent him a really aggressive message saying he ripped me off, but instead I went the polite route.
Yeah. So then, Keelan's working at my house and he gets a message and he goes, oh, the guy wants me to pick it up today. Do you want to come? And I said no, but then I thought, got to do it for the bit, got to do it for the tale. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to come. And it was exactly as I remember it. The place hasn't changed at all. We get there. The guy is...
What did you think was going to happen? Like, someone was like, Leo, this place needs to be renovated.
I don't know.
We need to fix this up.
We get to the warehouse, and the guy... Keelan has told the guy that he used to work there. So I'm expecting, like, some form of, like, familiarity. Like, hey, man, we used to be neighbors for, like, over a year, I think. He looks at Keelan, looks at me, says nothing, doesn't even acknowledge that we were neighbors for a year. He just goes...
Does he remember you?
Absolutely clocks me. I see the recognition in his face. Keelan's also told him that he used to work there, so he knows, right? Also, you can't mistake me. Like, I'm someone this
You're
tall.
unique looking.
Yeah, you'd know me, right? So he just doesn't say hello. He just goes, right, so do you want the Panasonic or the Sony? And Keelan goes, oh, maybe the Sony? And he goes, right. And then he just plugs it in, goes, works, doesn't it? And then Keelan goes, yep. He goes, all right, you want that one? Keelan goes, yep. And then he goes to pick it up, and in front of us, literally, he farts. Really loud. He just goes, he farts in front of both of us.
That guy must actually have bowel problems.
And
and
no reaction. I don't know. I don't think he even knew he farted.
That's what I was going to say. That also seems like the kind of guy he is, where he just probably doesn't realize he farts.
Yeah, he farted in front of us, And it like he 100% farted, but he
Funny. Well, he's heard us do this podcast
yeah
for like a whole year.
Yes.
He probably never checked it out,
yeah.
never did anything. Does he know that he's just like famous for farting and being rude on a podcast?
I don't know, but if he does know, he certainly wouldn't give a fuck.
There's also something to mention about his pants being halfway down his ass.
Oh, yeah.
His ass was always out.
Yeah, his ass crack was out. So I think that by the way, you know, from him bending down, his pants being halfway down his ass, and him farting,
not
that thing shot straight up into the
Did he
roof.
not even say sorry?
No, he had no reaction, right? To the point
Did
where
you both laugh?
No. So I start pissing myself, but I hold it in. I manage not to like die laughing because I don't want this guy to start swearing at Keelan. I want him to get his shit TV that he's gonna be landfill in 2 months. I want him to. Yeah, hasn't even unloaded
Did
it.
you go there wearing that shirt that
Yeah, I was fucking wearing.
you were
this.
wearing a jumper that says
And then-
VHS is the future, and he would have been like, "Nah, pretty sure it's HDMI, mate."
On top, I was wearing my 2001 Big Brother vest.
So
Oh my
embarrassing.
god!
Yeah, so he farts. I start silently.
Two saddest blokes in a room.
Hey.
He
Yeah,
farts.
I
I
agree.
start silently pissing myself. Because the guy didn't react at all or didn't act like he farted at all, Keelan didn't even notice, despite the fact it was loud as hell. And then we walk away, and then I start laughing. I go, "Did you hear him fart?" And Keelan goes, "Did he fart?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "He didn't act like he farted." I'm like, "No, he didn't at all," but he absolutely did.
Oh fuck! It makes it so much funnier when you know exactly who you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, people probably have their own mental image of what this bloke looks like in their brains because after all the years of describing him, but
6'4".
really knowing him, God, he's got a real shaggy haircut.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he cuts his own hair.
Imagine a really, really big homeless guy without a belt who
Yeah.
farts heaps.